The topic of my presentation today is borderless knowledge and disputed authorship in the AI era. Libraries as intellectual stewards. I am Odudu Umoh. Among other things, a wife, a mother, a proofreader, a mentor, a lawyer, and a librarian. I wear many hats, and it's from these hats that I got the passion to pursue the twin pillars underpinning this topic, which is on the one hand, intellectual property with the bias on copyrights, which goes, to the lawyer aspect of my work, and then cataloging and proper attribution, which also goes to my other field as a lawyer, as a librarian. Now, in our libraries, of course, we know the author, the reader, and the book. You can even say going by Ranganathan's theory, very popular theory. Each has a name, a story, and a traceable journey. However, in today's world, we face something different. Books written by systems, images created by algorithms, and data drawn from our cultures without our consent. AI is rewriting how knowledge is made and who owns it. So the question before us today is not only about technology, but about stewardship. The question probing our minds today is, how do African libraries protect the integrity of knowledge in a world where creation no longer has clear borders? So, as libraries navigate this new terrain where machines create and humans create, it's important to ask ourselves what this means to us as professionals. Before I go further, let me share what you can expect from this presentation. By the end of this session, you will see how AI is reshaping authorship and knowledge flow. You understand the ethical and cultural risk of borderless knowledge, especially for African heritage. You discover how libraries can act as ethical stewards through fair cataloging, education, and advocacy. With these goals in mind, let's move into the introduction and examine how AI has begun to redefine authorship, ownership, and access to knowledge. The rise of AI, artificial intelligence, has shaken long-held beliefs about who creates knowledge and who owns it. Like you have heard before, machines now produce text and images based on billions of human works, often without credits or consent. For libraries, this raises practical and moral questions, such as, 1, how do we catalog AI-generated materials? The second question, who gets attribution? While the third is, how do we preserve cultural meaning when information crosses borders freely? This presentation has a threefold objectives. The first is to examine how AI disrupts authorship and cataloging. 2, to explore heritage. 3, tools as intellectual stewards. This study employed 3 main approaches. It analyzed academic research, scholarly works, case studies, and African experiences. Theories. 2 theories guided this analysis. Number 1, the critical information theory, CIT, propounded by Christian Fuchs in 2009, simply shows how technology reflects the global power imbalances with data often coming from the global south, while ownership resides in the global north. The second theory here is the post-colonial theory, propounded by Edward Said in the year 1978. It reminds us simply that knowledge from colonized societies It's frequently extracted and reused without context. Now, both theories point to the same duty. Libraries must champion equity through ethical metadata and access points. Good. The observations that the study made will follow. There are actually 4 observations here under the subheadings of authorship, borderless knowledge, inequality, libraries, and policy. Let me begin with authorship. AI challenges the notion of a single author, like what we used to know, like how we knew it, like what we were taught in our library schools. But AI has come to challenge that notion. Each output is built on uncredited human work. This makes cataloging and attribution uncertain. Well, on the other hand, it could be said to present a wholesome opportunity, as libraries can now pioneer new policies that recognize both human and machine roles while maintaining transparency. The second observation on borderless knowledge. Digitized African heritage, for example, the digital Mandela papers, often ends up in global data sets, which is used to train AI. This results in visibility, quite all right, but without corresponding return on value. Cultural context disappear and local rights are bypassed. The third observation on inequality. Next, here, the global north owns the tools, while the global south simply supplies the data. I think our moderator mentioned it during her speech. She alluded to this fact. Sometimes African libraries even pay to access systems trained on their own materials. Language gaps widen this divide as English dominates, while African languages remain underrepresented. In a way, it reinforces knowledge hierarchies. The next observation on libraries and policy. Now, if libraries stay silent, if they remain passive, there is a serious risk of marginalization, as the major players in the field, those heavy-duty technology companies, will decide the rules. And of course, we'll be bound by them. Experiences in Canada and Australia libraries shows that when libraries engage in copyright and data reform, they shape fairer outcomes. This goes to show that African libraries need to be active participants by balancing openness with protection. In conclusion, AI has unsettled, it has disrupted, it has changed traditional ideas of authorship and ownership. It has made knowledge borderless, but also uneven. Libraries must step forward as ethical stewards, maintaining trust, protecting culture, and ensuring transparency. The way I see it, our task is not really to resist technology, but to give it conscience. Now, the following recommendations were made. The library should develop cataloging and metadata standards for AI-generated works. Clearly, the model of the AI system used should be indicated clearly. The system used should be indicated clearly, as well as the human contribution, which comes in the form of the prompts, for example. And then the second one is under library education. It is recommended that AI ethics and intellectual property should be integrated, should be made a part of, should be included in a library education curricula. This will help to train and, our new librarians, our products, and our library graduates, it will train them so that they can navigate these challenges with confidence. The third recommendation is that you should strengthen collective advocacy through a platform such as this, AfLIA, and other bodies. This will help to protect African cultural heritage and promote fair AI policies. I would like to end properly with this quote, which I found quite intriguing. This is a quote by C. Merritt, and I quote, "Without libraries, the knowledge economy risks becoming an extractive economy." End of quotes. This line captures the challenge facing us perfectly. As AI reshapes knowledge, libraries must ensure it doesn't become another form of extraction, but it should be a shared space of understanding, inclusivity, and respect. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Doc Odudu, for that insightful presentation. Indeed, you have actually challenged us to consider how libraries can protect intellectual integrity, and also while we promote inclusivity and open knowledge in this age of AI. And there is one quote that you mentioned. I don't know if I got it right, but I feel that we could even get a paper out of this. AI has made data motherless. That is a very good thought, because now we have a lot of data without any root to them. Thank you very much for that.